Dubai is one of the greatest cities in the world I've had the privilege to visit. It has great customer service, beautiful women, great hotels, and it's where European capitalism can meet American capitalism in the same place. What do I mean by that? If you're from Europe, you know the French giant Carrefour. If you're from California, you know Peet's Coffee. Now, Peet's Coffee is only in the West Coast, just like Carrefour is only in Europe. But in Dubai, both places can be there at the same time in the same mall. And that is what makes Dubai so unique. But the issue is, it seems so much like America, you forget it is the UAE. Now, just a few months ago, we were talking about Tierra Allen. And Tierra Allen, aka the sassy trucker, was stuck in Dubai for about 3 months in prison when she had this particular issue.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai.
Fox 26's Domly Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Domly.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
That's right. After yelling allegedly at a car agency rental person, she got put into prison for up to 90 days. And, she was charged a lot of money. And once the story went viral, she was able to come home. But this isn't the only person. Now there's another American, Elizabeth Polanco de los Santos, who was accused of, well, you will never believe this. Let's check the clip out.
A New York City college student sentenced to a year in prison in Dubai after being accused of assaulting and insulting Dubai airport staff.
The 21-year-old says the entire thing's a misunderstanding resulting from her struggling to put a medical brace back on that she had to remove to go through airport security.
Fox 5's Linda Schmidt joining us live from Lehman College in the Bronx, where this young woman is a student. Linda.
Yeah, hi there, Stephen, Teresa. Well, first of all, I have to tell you this. This is the talk of the campus here at Lehman College. This has been going on since July. And then yesterday, the student was sentenced to a year in prison. However, a U.S. official is telling me today that apparently that sentence has now been suspended and that she is going to be deported back here to the U.S. Go ahead and take a look at these pictures here. There are several pictures of the student. She is 21-year-old Elizabeth Polanco de los Santos, and she was detained in Dubai back in July. Now, she was accused of assaulting and insulting an airport security screener there. An organization that is called Detained in Dubai, which helps foreigners who are traveling in the United Arab Emirates, says the charges against her are bogus and that it is very common practice in Dubai in order to extort money out of travelers. Elizabeth was traveling with a friend and they had a layover in Dubai. Now, when she went through security, she says she had to take off a medical brace that she was wearing around her waist. And she says some female screeners got rough with her in the process of that. When they did allow her to put the brace back on, she says she needed her friend's help and that she was crying, and she nudged one of the screener's arms in order to get to her friend so that her friend could help her. And that is when she was detained. Now, Bronx Congressman Richie Torres's office is telling me that their staff has been in contact with Elizabeth and American officials in the UAE to get her safely back home. Now, in the meantime, the U.S. State Department is also involved in this. But again, a U.S. official telling me today it appears that even though she was sentenced to a year in prison yesterday, that sentence has now been suspended and she should be deported back home here to the Bronx within the next few days. Back inside to you.
Good news. Wow, what a crazy story. Thanks, Linda.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Accused of nudging an airport official. Now, this young lady wasn't even going to Dubai. That's the difference between her and Tierra Allen. Tierra Allen was actually trying to move to Dubai and kind of restart her career as a female trucker, maybe even becoming the first female trucker ever in Dubai. This particular student was transitioning to Turkey. She was basically going there and laying over and only staying in Dubai for 6 hours. But when she was basically searched and she had a waist training brace on, by female security officers, she felt degraded when they refused to help her put it back on, which is a process that takes about 2 people, and blocked her exit. She gently touched the arm of one of the security guards so they can get her friend to help. And this particular nudge has cost her family $50,000. But now let's stop the show again. This lady's in college, so she's had to miss a lot of school, things like that. And basically, with this being the case, she's now going to be allowed to return back home, getting deported from Dubai. But that makes me rethink my experience. Am I ever going to go to Dubai for a third time? And the reality is that I'm seeing that women from anywhere in the world, especially from America, it's dangerous going to Dubai and basically doing anything that they say not to do. Remember, these are people who are working in Dubai who are not Emiratis. The people who work at the airports and stuff like that, these are pretty much foreigners. They can be Filipinos, they can be Egyptians, they can be anybody, maybe from the Arabic world. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be Emiratis. So pretty much it's up to their discretion. What happens if you encounter somebody that doesn't have good discernment? Well, guess what? They're going to do anything that they want to do. And a lot of Americans really just don't understand that. Even here in Uganda, where something like that can never happen, but you know, people can take their time in doing things. For an example, story time music. I was going to the bank the other day and I needed to get some money out of the bank. And when I was going to make the withdrawal at the bank that I go to, they told me that, hey, your signature doesn't match the withdrawal slip.
What?
Now, let's stop the show again. I go to this bank all the time. People know me. I'm a great customer at this bank. I have a business account at this bank. And you're telling me that I can't get the money out. And I really needed this money to make a transaction. Now, if I was in America, guys, I could say, sad music. Hey, I want to talk to your manager right now, and get the manager out there. And then things would happen for me. Maybe quite fast. But see, the thing is this, when you're in a foreign country, you're not in America. In Dubai, which has caught up to some parts of America, you know, UAE, you know, they have a lot of money there. They can feel like, hey, they're your equal. And what you find out here is you have the money. You just can't go out and say things to them. You have to humble yourself. And I really had to humble myself. I had to get out of line. I had to go and re-sign my signature. I did it before. I had to do it all over again. They lost the first time, and I had to get back in line, which took me about a whole hour. The whole process was about 4 to 5 hours, and I could not yell at anybody. I could not get mad, because if I got mad, they could not give me the money and call the police on me, and then it's just going backwards. Because the way that they see it is, you're in my country, whatever I do to you, you're supposed to accept. And if you can't accept it, then why are you here? You need to get the F out of here with that particular attitude. And hey, these people can feel like they can mistreat you. And a lot of people who haven't lived overseas, like myself, I've lived in Poland, I've lived, you know, like I said, in Africa now, I live in America, but I've lived over here, you know, in this part of the world for the last decade. And the reality is, you're going to have to take some stuff. And you don't think that as a person, like nudging somebody or whatever can cost you, but it can, because people are idiots. This young woman does not deserve to lose a year of her life for a freaking nudge. Okay. I don't care if, if men think that women are entitled, that's something different. I really believe that a lot of Americans and people that are coming from the West are being scammed when they go to these countries, and people are trying to beat them out of money because you have corrupt people who are basically working in these particular systems. And it's just unfair. And I just want to tell people, wherever you go, you're going to experience things like this. For an example, I've heard of many people who try to take more money than the limit to these places in cash. And what happens is, if you're over the limit, and even if you don't know, they try to make you give it to them and then whatever, or they try to, bribe you or put you in jail or threaten. I've had a South African police officer, just pull over a car. I happened to be inside of the car, and the guy went through my pockets. He took about $200, and he was like, yo, I hate to kill her, brother. And what are you supposed to say? Like, Sam Music, man, I'm gonna report you to the police, bro. Like, you can't do that, right? At that particular time. And that's the thing. So always be wary. Like I said, if you can just get through, and I know that, you're looking for your rights, but you don't have no rights when you're in somebody else's place, okay? Especially a place like Dubai, the Middle East. Africa, you're not gonna go that hard because you're an American. They have a lot more respect for America. But Dubai don't, UAE don't, Saudi don't. They wanna send a statement that they feel like they're a world power. And I just hope that this young lady, does get the opportunity to get home very soon. And ladies, please, if you can, really watch yourself in Dubai. And if you're not an American citizen, just imagine how those girls get treated. The girls from Africa, the girls from the Philippines and India, hey, they get in a lot of hot water. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Sorry to the bell. We're out.